Hey, we're Snappers, it's Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pokemon Crystal Wed'locke, Heptath'locke Season 2. Today, we are picking up where we left off last time. Let's see, what did we do? We got our badge from Jasmine in Olivine City, and then we made our way east through Hexath'locke on Route 42, through Mount Mortar, into Mahogany Town, up through to Lake of Rage. Caught ourselves Ron, the shiny Gyarados, and now we are in Mahogany, having talked to Lance at the end of last episode, and we are going to be investigating the weird signal that forced the Magikarp to evolve in the Lake of Rage. One thing to note here before we start, I talked last episode about how, you know what, we're kind of getting through this game, and we're not really having the difficulty that you might expect with some of the battles that we're doing. So I decided, you know what, we're going to add some Pokemon to the team just for giggles. We're going to get the rotating team going, and we're going to start making some of these couples. We've got, as you can see, Churchill and Clementine. Let's take a look at them real quick. Churchill, he knows Strength, Dig, Screech, and Rock Throw. He was quite a pleasure to grind up, especially compared to Clementine, because he is a traded Pokemon, and as such, his experience was boosted, so that was very, very nice. And he also had some decent moves to work with there. I did teach him Strength as the HM, and Dig, the TM that we were saving for him, so that worked out pretty nicely. We also have Clementine. She's level 28. It took me a long... So, we started... Churchill was level 5 when we started. And it did take a while to grind him up, especially at the beginning, because having to be very careful. But in that taking a while to do, and with Clementine taking a while to grind up as well, it did give me the opportunity to spend a couple of days and hit up the salon in Goldenrod several times to boost the happiness of the Eevee. I think, if all of my calculations are correct with all the items I used, the levels she gained, and the haircuts I gave her, we might be getting an Umbreon this episode, which would be very exciting, but we'll just kind of see how that plays out. I could be completely wrong, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there we go. In place of Josephine and Napoleon this episode, we have Clementine and Churchill, just because why not? I figured, let's get some... I've never had a Nuzlocke with so many cool Pokemon that I wanted to use in the box. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to waste this opportunity. We're gonna use some of these Pokemon. Now, we are going to go ahead and move ahead with this episode because we've got a rocket hideout to get through. Lance is in here beating people up with his Dragonite and determining where exactly the staircase is, which he just decides, oh yeah, it's right here. And he opens it up there, and we're going to head on down and start battling some grunts. Now, we've got Churchill up front. Let's go ahead and switch Eevee up. Alright, and we will take on a couple of these. I don't think any of these rockets have anything we're super afraid of. They're not really strong trainers, and we are going to get to battle these guys a number of times, but Clementine was actually doing pretty decent. Like, let's take a look at what this quick attack does for us. Yeah, I mean, look at that. She's asleep now, and that's unfortunate, but, let's, drowsy use disable. Alright, well, there goes quick attack. Come on, Clementine, wake up, girl! I probably have a sleep thing. Oh, but look how good she's doing with that. There's not even an Umbreon yet, and she's already super bulky. Alright, seriously, wake up, Clementine. It's gonna be okay. Wake up! Clementine, please! Please, Clementine, wake up! There she goes. Tackle and finishes off a Drowsy. That's fantastic. Gain 307. Grant is about to send in Zubat. Clementine can handle that. At least hopefully. Let's go for the tackle. Disable no more. That's nice. So when this doesn't kill... I'm surprised... I'm actually really kind of shocked that she did about as much damage to a Zubat as she did to a Drowsy. I feel like Drowsy is usually a bulkier Pokemon. But there we go, the first Rocket Grunt down. I think we're going to get a second one here, and then we're going to have to battle these same two trainers over and over and over again in here, because they couldn't be bothered. They couldn't be bothered to actually program more than two trainers in this particular section of the game. And so we're gonna battle the exact same two trainers over and over again. I guess they just kind of disappear for a minute to go heal up, and then they come right back as soon as we trigger the next alarm. All right, Zubat goes down. Clementine gains experience. Grimer. We'll leave Clementine in for Grimer, although we are confused. Let's see if it becomes an issue. Yeah, all right. we'll switch into Churchill. You guys haven't really seen Churchill in action either, so we'll bring him in. I did. I talked to Addy, so special shout out to Addy, or Adaram, as you might see him in the comments. He's a patron of mine and an old friend. We were on the Farside Minecraft server together, and he's a fellow Pokemon fan. He's actually got a fun Pokemon run going through a hack, Theta Emerald. Theta Emerald, which is a really cool hack of Emerald. I wish I could do it for next season of the Heptath'locke, but I like the idea of doing each generation. So like, so the point is, it's a hack of Emerald that includes all the way through Gen 6, I think. So you've got Fairies, you've got Mega Evolution, you've got all that kind of stuff. I think it includes like up through Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Gen 6. Yeah, we're gonna change because I want Clementine back out. But yeah, it looks like a really awesome game, and I'm gonna play it at some point. I don't know when, because I actually have a run of Emerald coming up soon, and so it's like I was thinking, oh, maybe I can do this as a Patreon exclusive series or something. But I don't want to have like 2 runs of Emerald going up on the channel at basically the same time. But anyway, Addy's doing this awesome run of that game. You guys should go subscribe to him and check it out. But anyway, the point is, the reason why Addy's getting this shout out is that he, for one of his runs, I think his last run, he figured out how to edit the way that Pokemon evolve. And we talked about this a little bit before, but Addy figured out how to do that for his run, and he told me how to do it. So I have edited now the game, long story short, and it's a little late for me, so if I get a little rambly or yawn at some point, I will let you know it's like 1:15 a.m. at the moment. My wife went out of town, and I don't have a bedtime anymore. I'm so lost, guys. It's so bad. No, but she is out of town. But unfortunately, next week, well, not unfortunately, but next week, she's out of school for the summer, out of work. So that means my recording time gets very, very limited. So I think I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I'm batch recording a lot of this as much as I can. And I know I needed to record at night, because if I'm as close to getting an Umbreon as I think I might be, in the next level or two we should be getting an Umbreon. And being that close, I need to be able to record at night, because if I want an Umbreon, I have to record at night. So it's like, all right, I can't. I've got like 1 more day before she comes home from her trip to DC with her 8th graders. And so I can't waste the whole day not recording, because I've got like 2 more episodes of this series that I need to record before she gets home, in order to be sure that I've got enough content to get me through the summertime, or at least to the next time where she'll be gone and I'll have free time again to for sure have recording. Anyway, you guys who watch my Pokemon stuff have, generally speaking, been around for a while, and it's been basically the same situation since I started my YouTube channel. So you guys kind of get the idea. But that's a long story short to say, it's late, and if I yawn or if I get a little rambly, as I probably am doing right now, I apologize. Because I'm just kind of rolling with it. Clementine is doing amazing here. She is hitting like a truck. Look at this quick attack. She's just doing it. She's just doing it. And I can tell you, oh, she is poisoned. Yeah, we have poison berry. I can tell you that it's pretty impressive, considering in this generation, the way that gender is determined, and I know this because I was looking it up for when I was hacking in Fiverr and Luna, because when I first hacked in Luna, she came in as male, and I was like, okay, and in the editor I had, there wasn't like a gender option, and so I was like, okay, well, how do I do this? So I had to look it up and everything, and it's determined by IVs. But it's actually, oh, Hyper Fang scared me a lot. That could have been very bad, but we did okay. She took it very well, so I'm not too worried. But that was scary. Hyper Fang is a scary move. But for yes, okay, we were really close. Okay, I did my math right. And Clementine is evolving, and Clementine is an Umbreon. Oh my god, that's so amazing! I'm so excited. I haven't actually got to use an Umbreon in game in like probably since when I played through Gold the first time. So that's really, really cool. Oh, I'm so excited by that. Oh, but anyway, so, gender is determined by attack IVs, which is a little bit strange, but they've got it set up so female Pokemon have much lower attack power than males, or at least much lower attack IVs than males. which I think is a little... I mean, it was made in a different world, I guess. In today's day and age, you wouldn't be able to get away with that. But especially, I think when I was looking at the chart, the attack IVs get lower because, so, you know, it still has the same gender breakdown percentages, right? So most Pokemon are like 50-50, and so it's like 1 through... Oh, yeah, that's another statue. 1 through 7 IVs is female, and 7 through 15 is because I think it was max 15 IVs or something. Anyway, the point is, like, so for the 50-50 split, you know, the lower half is females, the higher half is males. But for like a split with like the starters, or like with Eevee, where it's like an 87% male, 12% female, I think it's like Clementine, probably to be female, has like either 0 or 1 attack IVs or something. Oh, I'm so excited! Clementine's an Umbreon! Look at her! Look at her! It's amazing! So yeah, her attack IVs are really low. Not to say that I mean, she's clearly still got some good power here. But I wasn't like specifically EVing training her in attack, so she's just kicking butt. Zubat. I am gonna... Well, we'll just let Clementine finish off this battle. I probably will switch Churchill up now. Oop, right, that's disabled. Oh, did I talk about... Anyway, I edited the game thanks to Addy. Again, it's late. I'm sorry, guys. Addy, in his series, figured out how to... Because I think he had, like, a Poliwhirl that he wanted to evolve into Poliwrath or whatever. And so for all the trait evolutions, he edited the game so that it would evolve by level up. And so that's what I've done. I edited the game so at level 36... which is kind of the area that we had kind of agreed upon when we first talked about this several episodes ago. I've edited it so now Churchill, as opposed to having to be traded with a metal coat, will instead just evolve into Steelix spontaneously at level 36. So probably not going to be getting there this episode, because that would make us way too overpowered, and there's probably just not enough experience in the game to just get that. But Clementine, I'm just so excited that we actually have an Umbreon. That's so amazing. I'm kind of addicted to Umbreons. Umbreon is in my, like, top 6 favorite Pokemon. Which, if you guys have been watching my Patreon series, you guys would know that. My Pixelmon series with my patrons. Let's get Churchill in here. I want to start getting some experience on Churchill, too. I'm building my offensive team on Patreon with my all-time favorite Pokemon. Like, I've always kind of had this idea. Now, I've made top 10s lists and things like that, but I've always kind of had this idea that, like, if Pokemon was real, what would be my 6th Pokemon team? And so I'm kind of building that dream team on my Pixelmon server right now, and I'm really, really enjoying that. But yeah, Umbreon definitely makes that cut. Definitely my favorite evolution by a fairly wide margin. If you can tell me, if you guys, in the comments down below, if you can guess what my 2nd favorite evolution is, I will be very impressed. I'm sure I probably said it at some point, but that's a pretty deep cut. So if you guys can tell me, what my 2nd favorite evolution is, I will be impressed. But yeah, Umbreon is definitely my favorite. And so to be able to use one, not only just in-game, because it's been a very, very long time since I've used an Umbreon just in-game, but at the same time, be able to use one in a series like this where potentially, you know, we might be seeing Clementine if she survives, or if we use her in the Elite Four, etc., etc. We could potentially have an Umbreon in many seasons going forward, which is awesome. All right, so Clementine has evolved. Okay, Churchill's level 30. Well, I guess we're going to keep using Clementine then. We might switch over in a minute. Well, they're a little lower. The other Pokemon on my team are actually about at the level that we would expect to need to be at for price, which is the Gym Leader, which we will be taking on probably next episode, given how long this Rocket Hideout is taking. I might even need to end up montaging through a portion of this. Oh, that's disabled. I think there was a way that I probably could have wound around and disabled these statues. I probably need to do that. Although we're just about done with all of them, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so probably next time will be the gym, and then we'll head through the ice... Well, which makes sense. So we'll do the ice gym, we'll take on Price, and then we'll head through the ice pass, and see if we can maybe potentially get an ice-type Pokemon to add to our repertoire. I would be ecstatic to get a Swinub. That would be very, very cool. We've got a lot of ground-type Pokemon, though. Yeah, there we go. That's no longer disabled. Down goes the Zubat. Yeah, I mean, between... Well, I guess Guinevere's dead, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But we also have... we've got Napoleon, if we were to get a Swinub, we'd have that. We've got Churchill, so, I don't know. I'm not sure what other Ice-type Pokemon can we get in the past there. Yeah, so I think this little scientist guy up in the corner there, I think if we had gone around the other way and talked to him, he might have been able to shut all this off for us. And it's just so obnoxious. Like, it wouldn't even be that obnoxious if it wasn't the exact same 2 trainers with the exact same 2 teams every time you hit one of these. I mean, I'll take it, and I'm not really mad at it because of all the experience, but, and there's so little experience in these games. Alright, Clementine. See, just look at this. Look how much longer we're having to spend to grind up Clementine, just to get her up to the next level than like Churchill with his boosted experience. He just was like, kind of like, alright, I'm there. And he may have just had a ton of extra experience anyway. I didn't look at the bar when we threw him in, but, he handled it pretty well. Like, we're gonna, hopefully, maybe with the Rattata, we might not even hit it, but hopefully we'll get to level 30 here. And then at that point, we might switch around and see some different Pokemon going. But yeah, so probably not going to get anywhere near 36 to be able to get Churchill to evolve. There we go. Clementine grew to level 30. I'm trying to turn her. Ooh, perfect. Oh, good. So she did evolve right in time. All right, so Clementine, because I do want Confuse right here. I think in this generation that's going to be a decent portion of her utility. So let's go ahead and get Confuse right here. She does learn Moonlight at her highest level. She'll learn Feint Attack at some point. So we can't really build the ultimate Umbreon necessarily in this stage, but I think we'll be able to do just fine. Alright, I guess these guys are all still kind of a decent level. My goal probably is going to be to use Fiber and Luna in the gym. Let's go ahead and switch. We've seen a lot of Clementine, both Eevee and Umbreon. Let's switch around here. And I think I have to battle this guy maybe? Yeah, we battled this guy, but then I think on the computer we can turn off the statues and just kind of continue on our way here, because we're like probably halfway through the episode now, at least where I like to generally keep my episodes at. We might do some montage, especially if I come back and edit in editing and realize like, oh my god, Tort, you just were like rambling on for 17 minutes about absolutely nothing, which is probably true. One of my groomsmen, actually, from my wedding, one of my best friends from high school and college, was in town tonight, and so we went out and we're hanging out, and so I got home late, and we had a drink or two, and so not only am I sleep deprived, but there may be other causes at effect. Scientist Jed is about to use Magnemite. Always drink responsibly, kids. Always drink responsibly. Tort will change Pokemon. Nah, we'll let Churchill handle it. Alright. Soniboom, Churchill dodged it like a boss. Finishing off Magnemite. Fantastic. Churchill gained boosted experience. Look at him go! Look at him go! Man, I wish I had a Lucky Egg. Is Lucky Egg in this generation? I would love a Lucky Egg. Alright. We pushed the switch. Is it pushed? Okay, switch is turned off. Perfect. That'll work. Okay, so we were just about to get that item. Let's circle around here. I don't think it's anything super useful. Ooh, a nugget. No, very useful. Alright, perfect. Now that won't trigger. Let's just continue on here. There is some slots there where we have the potential to catch up or encounter a Pokemon. I think okay, so he healed my Pokemon. That's nice. I think so what I'm talking about is these lines here, these darker gray lines above me. If we go in those, I think we'll encounter Pokemon that can explode. So I think it'd either be a Geodude, which you already have, it'd be a Voltorb, or it'd be a Coughing. And I think, honestly, well, no, because Voltorbs are genderless, aren't they? Which is why Kalik, our Electrode from, yeah, our Electrode from the Dice Lock last season wasn't even eligible for transfer because the Wedlocke rules say genderless Pokemon are not catchable. So, realistically, we don't have any, we don't have a Pokemon that we can encounter here. Even though it's not a forfeited route, there's really no. I mean, we could catch a duplicate, I guess. We could catch a Geodude or a Coughing. That wouldn't be terrible. I actually, as I was kind of trying to decide, so I told you guys last episode, I think, that we were gonna create a new couple just for giggles. We were gonna go for it, and so we put together Churchill and Clementine. Largely, those were just Steelix and Umbreon were two Pokemon that I was most excited about potentially seeing in here. Because they're just not Pokemon I get to use super frequently. Now, I've used a Steelix probably more than I've gotten to use an Umbreon. I definitely had one when I ran through Gen 4, and you know, I've obviously used them in the past. I doubt I ever used one in Gen 2. It's kind of weird. Gen 2 is one of those generations that added a lot of Pokemon that I really like, but I didn't actually ever get to use them in Generation 2. Like all the dark, like, so when I did my Johto top 10, we had Houndour, we had Sneasel, we had Murkrow on there, which are 3 Pokemon that I actually really like, but I don't know that I ever got to use them, and if I did get to use them, it certainly wasn't in a Generation 2 game. Churchill just cranking out the levels now. Look at that, he's already almost halfway to the next one. What? I lost? Switch Clementine around. If we could get Churchill to a Steelix, he might actually prove useful. But Lance, it takes 2 passwords to get into the boss's quarters. Those passwords are only known to a few rockets. That rocket there has graciously told me so. Tort, let's get the passwords. The guy in the cape is incredibly tough. What was I saying? Crap. I know I'm kind of, you know, I do that a lot. I just, like, I start on a train of thought, and then I get distracted by the littlest thing, and then I never, like, it's, you guys wouldn't believe the number of times that I've face-palmed, just, like, in editing. I'm watching back the episode in editing, and things like, I'll start on a train of thought, and then I will just completely leave it, and never come back to it, and I just sit there and just face-palm all the time. Alright, can he... No, she can't really do this. Okay. I mean, she could, if given enough time, but we are running out of time, Clementine, so we're going to go ahead and switch you out, bring in your overpowered boyfriend here, and let him just go ahead and dig on the coughing there. I think it was probably talking about putting together couples. The point is, so I started saying, so I put Churchill and Clementine together because those were 2 of the Pokemon that I really wanted to use, and I probably have never gotten to actually use in Gen 2 before. And then I went on a whole spiel about top 10. Anyway, the point is, the other couple that, like, even though it's not a Gen 2 Pokemon, and I really wanted to, like, especially since we have already have a couple in Fiber and Luna, which are not Generation 2 Pokemon, I decided, you know, most of my other couples, if I had the option, I want to make Gen 2 Pokemon. Even with that being said, like, my second choice was making a coupling with, yeah, I was like, certainly that's gonna happen. Was making a coupling with Morticia, our female coughing. It's been, I don't know, well, I can tell you, the only time I've ever used a coughing in a story mode game, was actually in, it might have been in my Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire run that I did recently, off camera and everything like that. But even then, oh wait, no, I was looking for a poison cure, wasn't I? That's what I wanted. Yeah, Churchill. There we go. Alright, so... Let's see some other Pokemon here. We've been seeing a lot of these guys. Let's go ahead, let's switch Fiverr up. I wouldn't be totally upset if Fiverr got another level or 2 before the gym, just to be safe. Fiverr and Luna, I think, are probably, as I said earlier, I believe, probably going to be the ones we're going to be relying on a bit there in the next gym. So, I think they're probably kind of already at the levels we need them at. Oh, in grinding, did you get, no, you guys saw that for sure. You guys have already seen that. Yeah, so we didn't do grinding recently. That was a while ago. But Fiverr does Thunderbolt, which is awesome. It's one of the best things about the Pikachu line. They still get Thunderbolt on level up, which is fantastic. I think there's probably 1 or 2 other lines that still do that. But I think, like, in these earlier generations, some Pokemon did that previously, but then it was removed from them. The ability to learn Thunderbolt on level up was removed in subsequent generations. I think maybe because they just wanted to keep Pikachu special. I'm not really sure. But, okay, I need to be talking to people. Password to the boss's room is Slowpoke Tail, but it's useless unless you have 2 passwords. Alright. Well, I've got one. We'll assume Lance will get the other one. Rare Signal drives Pokemon mad. My experiment was a complete success. My promotion is assured. This loss means absolutely nothing. Okay, let's grab this item here. Tort found a full heal. Fantastic. Alright, anything else on this level? Found an Ice Heal. Can't carry more items. I don't know that I care about the Ice Heal. Yeah, I don't really care about the Ice Heal. We're gonna move on. That will be annoying later on, probably, but yeah. Anyway, so here's the deal. I see we're already at like 24 minutes. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this place, which I know that's obnoxious. I should maybe just fast-forwarded through all the battles with the exact same trainers at the beginning. But I've actually been talking throughout the course of the episode, and I don't really want to have to worry about editing in the interesting stuff. I think this guy's going to potentially give us the last password. He looks like kind of a shady guy. If you can beat me, I'll tell you password. Yeah, so he's got the other half, and we'll grab these other items here. I think one of those might be the Master Ball. We'll have to check. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and after this battle, we're going to montage through the rest of the Rocket hideout until we get to the boss, and I think that'll probably be good, because I think there's probably some good experience down here that we don't want to waste, but we don't also have the time to Tortbound X Special. Okay, I don't know if I care about X Special. If I'm Protein, okay, Protein I do want. Let's go ahead and... Okay, we're going to toss the Everstone because there's really not a scenario where I use that thing. Alright, there we go. Found the Protein. Fantastic. Alright, talk to you. Give me that password. Hook. The password to the boss's room is, I think it's Raticate Tail. Awesome. Alright, we're leaving that. Okay, so yeah, engage the warp engines. I will see you guys back at the boss's room. Okay, guys, welcome back. Didn't I tell you that I was going to destroy Team Rocket? Tell me, who was the guy in the cape who used the Dragon Pokemon? My Pokemon were no match at all. I don't care that I lost, I can beat him by getting stronger Pokemon. That's what he said that bothers me. He told me that I don't love and trust my Pokemon enough. I'm furious that I lost to a bleeding heart like him. If I don't have time for the likes of you. Oh, I thought we were going to get to battle him. Well, I do believe that we are actually heading into the boss's room here, so let's take a quick look. I think Fiverr and Luna can probably pretty well handle anything that's coming up, so I'm going to let them do that. Yeah, I don't see anything super wrong with that plan. I think that's Tortimer's passwords. I think this guy leads off with his Murkrow, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I think we're probably going to be alright. But this guy is not Giovanni, but they're trying to draw him back in with all of their shenanigans. We're going to battle this guy, which I think ends up being Admin Cypher or something later on. No, well, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, ends up getting an actual name in Heart Gold Soul Silver. But Fiverr is going to be able to handle this very, very nicely. We're a little over-leveled, although not terribly. We're pretty much on par level-wise for the gym. But the game's not linear. I think we talked about this in one of the previous episodes. But the game's not linear, so we could have come this way after defeating Morty. We could have made Chuck, instead of being our, what, 7th gym badge, we could have made him like our 5th or something like that. But I've seen that go bad for people. In fact, when Addy recently did Adaram, he recently did a run through Silver. I think is what it was, and yeah, he said he normally goes the other way, and so he wanted to try going this way, and it went real bad for him. I think he lost like 3 of his team members to the Red Gyarados or something while trying to catch it. It was pretty hard to watch. Luna's powerful enough that she just shrugs off Koffing's defenses. She's just like, meh, I'm alright. Don't worry about it. I'll take you down. It'll be fine. Rocket Executive was defeated. Oh, wow, that was way easier than I expected. A Zubat and a Koffing was what the executive of the Rocket team has. No wonder they're losing. No, I can't let this affect me. I have to inform the others. Alright, hands on out. Murkrow, the password is Hail Giovanni. Alright. Password. Didn't we already do the password? Isn't that a thing? Password to what? I forget. Oh, to the Electrode room, I think is what it was. Yeah. You right. You right. I was like, wait a second. What do I need another password for? Oh, it's getting late. Alright, I think... Yeah, because this is... Yeah, right here. Door is closed. Tort entered the password. The door opened. Fantastic. Oh, I would have expected Lance to show up there. I'm going to switch Churchill up. Just because we're battling Electrodes, and I trust Churchill to be able to do his stuff a little bit more. We can't have a brand like you on the loose. It's harmful to Team Rocket's pride. You see, however strong you may be, you can't take both of us at the same time. Sorry, baby. Now be ready to get thrashed. And this is where Lance shows up. Yes, his giant shell-backed Dragonite there, or that might be a tail and wings. Yeah, it's probably a tail and wings. But yeah, so we're gonna battle her. I guess with Churchill. But then with the electrodes, the electric types, and then the ability to explode, I think Dig is going to be useful to us either way. So that's what we're going to do. And we're up against an Arbok, and she has better Pokemon than the Executive we just defeated. So let's go ahead and dig on the Arbok here. Arbok used Leer. Churchill is shrugging that off, throwing up the Dig. Ooh, not quite enough to one-shot. That's a little surprising. Let's go ahead and strength off the Arbok here. Almost said Abra, which is not correct. Churchill, look at Churchill just gaining levels like it's his job. Rocket Executive is about to use Gloom with change Pokemon. Yeah, we probably don't want to go up against a Gloom. I was like, for a second, I was like, wait, who is his partner? They haven't done a lot of tandem battling. They pretty much held their own during grinding. But yeah, now they're doing some tandem battling, which works. Let's get the Confuse Ray up. Fantastic. Loom maybe will hit itself in the face. Maybe? If we get lucky? Nope. Using that Absorb, but Clementines get pretty good defenses. We shrug that off. Go for the Quick Attack here. Ooh! Loom is bulkier than anticipated. Oh, let's not put me to sleep. That would be less than ideal. Hit yourself, Loom. There you go. That's going to help the process move a little quicker. Go ahead and Quick Attack. I think like maybe level 33, 35 or something, we should get Feint Attack, so we'll get some stab back there. Obviously, our move is doing a little bit less because we lost that stab power. About to send in Murkrow with Torch Change Pokemon. Yep, let's get Churchill back out. Churchill learned Rock Throw at some point or another, so we'll get that going. Like, look at that. I love Murkrow. Murkrow's awesome. Yeah, Rock Throw. Let's do it. Boom, baby. Awesome. Fantastic. Churchill gained a boost experience. Defeated this Rocket Executive. All right, well, at least you had real Pokemon, so I can give you that. It's too bad if you were to join Team Rocket, you could become an executive. Dude, I would own this team if I were to join Team Rocket. I mean, honestly, I beat all of you guys single-handedly. No, not even breaking a sweat. I would. None of you could oppose me. All right, enjoy yourself while you can. Foo 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 foo. I think somebody told me that foo 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 is like ha 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 for Japanese, so they're laughing. I think I mentioned it in one of my runs recently, in the last year or so, and somebody finally told me what that meant. Because prior to that, I was just like, I don't know what's happening exactly. But that's the kind of the, what is it called, an onomatopoeia or whatever? Is that right? I feel like it was probably wrong. But the onomatopoeia for laughing in Japan. Alright. No way to shut it off. We're going to have to knock out all these electrodes. I don't see a switch on it. We have no choice. We have to make all the electrode faint. That should stop this match from transmitting the strange signal. It's no fault of the Pokemon, so it makes me feel guilty. Tortless with the job. Alright. Churchill's a little injured here. Sorry, I had to yawn. Let's go ahead and heal up just to be safe. We're going to knock out all these poor little electrodes. Oh, man. It'll be a good experience for Churchill. Not that he needs the experience, although, you know, I wouldn't be mad at a Steelix. Especially if, as a backup, if something horrible, like, now realistically, any of my teams can really handle it okay. You know, Fiverr and Luna, probably the best well-rounded team to take on the Ice Gym. But Romeo could do it. Obviously, we wouldn't want to bring Juliet in, but Romeo could handle it, especially since he resists Ice-type. But Clementine and Churchill would be a pretty decent backup if we can get him evolved into Steelix, because Steel resists Ice. Now, obviously, a lot of the Ice-type Pokemon in the gym are also going to be Water types, so that just, like, bringing Churchill in doesn't bode real well. But if we are able to, get him to a Steelix where he might have some resistance, at least in a pinch, if we needed to, we could use Churchill. But yeah, Churchill's being a boss. I think if you got an Onix, Electrodes don't stand a whole lot of chance. So, ooh, he held on with that one. Oh, but he flinched or something. Oh no, screeched, and it missed. Woo! Words tonight! Alright, Churchill gained it, boosted experience points. Churchill grew to level 33. Alright, yeah, he's really getting outpacing Clementine now. That boosted experience is going to be a bit of a challenge to deal with. Lance, that odd signal is finally stopped. The lake should be back to normal. You're the hero. Let me thank you on behalf of all the Pokemon. Oh yes, you should take this. Around here, but I don't have any need for it. Tort received HMO6. Alright, that's what? Waterfall or Whirlpool? Whirlpool. Pokemon get across water, but keep this in mind. You can use that out of battle only with the badge for Mahogany Gem. Tort. The journey to becoming the Pokemon Master is long and difficult. Knowing that, will you keep going? I see. No, you're right. If you would give up that easily, you would have never chased that dream in the first place. I look forward to seeing you again. Alright. Woo! A little bit of a longer episode, probably, but, I don't know. Well, the montage really wouldn't have lasted all that long. I should have done that much earlier in the episode, but, that'll be alright. Anyway, to help alleviate things getting too lengthy, I'm going to call it a day here. We will pick up next episode with taking on Price and his gym, and then probably the goal will be to take on Price, get through the next route, and get through the Ice Cave, and end off in Buckthorn or Dragon... Blackthorn? Blackthorn, yes, I think. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys. Don't forget, if you can guess my second favorite evolution, you will get... I will love your comment. There's some new feature where I can't, and not just thumbs upping things. I can say that I love the comment, and I think that bumps it to the top of the list or something. Anyway, if you can guess my favorite Pokemon without listing all the evolutions, or not my favorite Pokemon, but my second favorite evolution after Umbreon, I'll be impressed. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time as we move to take on Price and get our 7th gym badge. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.